What is perception drift? Perception drift. It's subtle. It's powerful. It's an almost invisible force that shapes our self-image over time. It changes how we see ourselves, especially after physical transformations. These changes can be thrilling, but they also come with unexpected challenges. Imagine significant weight loss or cosmetic surgery. Exciting, right? But what happens next? The initial excitement often gives way to a more complex emotional journey. That's where perception drift comes in. We forget. We forget what we used to look like, and this can be disorienting. We forget what we used to look like. Our old selves become distant memories, almost like strangers. Our old selves become strangers. This can lead to a sense of loss or confusion as we try to reconcile our past and present identities. This isn't vanity, it's how our brains work. Our brains are constantly updating our self-image to match our current reality. Our perception adapts to our evolving reality. The old image fades, replaced by the new. This is perception drift. The old image fades, replaced by the new. This is perception drift. Understanding it is crucial for maintaining a healthy self-image. It impacts our self-image, our choices, our well-being. It influences how we present ourselves to the world and how we feel inside. This essay dives deep into this phenomenon. We'll explore the intricacies of perception drift and its far-reaching effects. We'll explore its stages, its psychological impact, and how to navigate it. Understanding these stages can help us manage the emotional roller coaster that often accompanies significant changes. This journey is about more than just physical changes. It's about understanding the deeper psychological shifts that occur. It's about self-awareness, self-acceptance, and the courage to embrace our evolving selves. Embracing perception drift can lead to a more fulfilling and authentic life. The initial euphoria of transformation. Change is exhilarating, especially when it's something we've strived for. Weight loss, cosmetic enhancement, the initial joy is undeniable. We feel lighter, brighter, more confident. The world sees us differently, and so do we. This is the honeymoon phase. We celebrate our discipline, our willpower. We revel in compliments, in newfound attention. The reflection staring back at us is finally aligned with our aspirations. But this euphoria is often fleeting. As time marches on, something shifts. The excitement wanes, the novelty wears off. We become accustomed to our transformed selves, and that's when perception drift sets in. The gradual fade of the old you. Remember that old photograph? The one that makes you cringe? The one where you can hardly recognize yourself? Was that really me, you wonder? How could I have changed so much? This is perception drift at play. It's a fascinating psychological phenomenon. Our past selves become increasingly foreign to us. It's a gradual process that happens over years, sometimes without us even noticing. Like a photograph fading in the sun, the memory of our former appearance diminishes. The details blur and the colors fade. We lose touch with that version of ourselves. The clothes that once fit perfectly now seem like they belong to someone else. The weight we lost, the features we altered become our new normal. We adapt to our new reality. This disconnect is partly biological. Our brains are constantly updating our self-image. Our brains are wired to adapt. This is known as brain plasticity, the ability of the brain to change and reorganize itself. As we encounter our transformed reflection day after day, the neural pathways associated with our old image weaken. They become less dominant. The new image takes precedence, becoming our dominant self-perception. We start to see this new version as our true self. The more drastic the change, the more pronounced the drift. It's almost shocking to see how different we once were. It's as if our brains struggle to reconcile the past and present, ultimately favoring the present reality. The old you becomes a distant memory, a shadow of who you once were. The never-ending pursuit of better. Here's the paradox of perception drift. It can fuel a relentless pursuit of better. We achieve our desired transformation, yet satisfaction remains elusive. Why? Because our perception has shifted. The goalposts have moved. What once seemed unattainable is now our baseline, and it no longer feels extraordinary. We adapt to our new normal, and the desire for improvement kicks in. This cycle can be particularly pronounced with cosmetic procedures. A nip here, a tuck there. Each change, while initially gratifying, eventually fades into the background of our self-perception. We're left chasing an ever-elusive ideal, but the target keeps shifting, driven by our drifting perception. This pursuit, if left unchecked, can lead to dissatisfaction, even dysmorphia. Detachment from the past self. Perception drift isn't just about forgetting our appearance. It's a deeper, more profound experience. It's about disconnecting from a past version of ourselves, a version that might feel like a distant memory. This detachment can be complex, even unsettling as we navigate the changes within us. We might look at old photos and feel a sense of disbelief, even alienation, as if we're looking at a stranger. That person seems so unfamiliar, we think, almost like a different entity altogether. This can be particularly challenging for those whose transformations are tied to significant life events, such as major milestones or traumas. For example, someone who lost weight after a divorce might associate their old appearance with that painful period, making it hard to reconcile with their past. As they embrace their new self, they might also be grappling with letting go of the past, a past that holds both memories and lessons. This detachment isn't inherently negative. It can be a sign of growth and evolution. It can be a necessary part of growth and healing, a way to move forward while honoring where we've been. But it's essential to approach it with awareness and self-compassion, understanding that every version of ourselves has value and deserves kindness. Psychological impact of perception drift. The psychological impact of perception drift is significant. It influences our self-esteem, body image, and overall well-being.
On the one hand, it can be empowering. Achieving a desired physical transformation can boost confidence and self-worth. It can help us step into our power, embrace new opportunities.
However, perception drift can also have downsides. The constant pursuit of better can lead to dissatisfaction and a distorted self-image. We might become overly critical of our bodies, always striving for an elusive ideal. Furthermore, the detachment from our past selves can be emotionally challenging. It's crucial to acknowledge these potential pitfalls and approach physical transformations with a healthy mindset. The importance of self-awareness. Navigating perception drift requires self-awareness. We must understand how our brains work, how our perception adapts to change. This awareness empowers us to make conscious choices about our bodies and our self-image. It's about recognizing the initial euphoria of transformation for what it is, a temporary state. It's about anticipating the gradual fade of the old you and accepting it as a natural part of the process. Self-awareness also involves acknowledging the potential for a never-ending pursuit of better. We must ask ourselves, what's driving this pursuit? Is it genuine self-love or external pressure? By understanding perception drift, we can make choices that align with our values and prioritize our mental and emotional well-being. Maintaining a healthy self-image. So, how do we maintain a healthy self-image in the face of perception drift? It's about cultivating a positive body image that transcends physical appearance. This involves shifting our focus from external validation to internal acceptance. It's about appreciating our bodies for their capabilities, their strengths, their uniqueness. Here are some tips for cultivating a healthy self-image. Practice gratitude. Take time to appreciate your body for what it can do. Challenge negative self-talk. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Focus on your values. Make choices that align with your authentic self. Remember, self-image isn't static. It evolves as we do. Embrace the journey and treat yourself with kindness along the way. Navigating physical transformations wisely. If you're considering a physical transformation, whether it's weight loss or a cosmetic procedure, approach it with careful consideration. Define your motivations. Why are you seeking this change? What do you hope to achieve? Set realistic expectations. Understand that transformation is a journey, not a destination. Seek professional guidance. Consult with therapists, counselors, or support groups. Prioritize your mental health. Your well-being is more important than any physical change. Remember, true transformation is about more than just altering our appearance. It's about embracing our authentic selves, imperfections and all. Beyond the surface, the deeper meaning. Perception drift reminds us that our identities are fluid, constantly evolving. It highlights the power of our minds to adapt, to reshape our realities. This phenomenon extends beyond the realm of physical appearance. We experience perception drift in our relationships, our careers, our perspectives. We adapt to new normals and our perceptions shift accordingly. Understanding perception drift is about embracing the impermanence of life. It's about recognizing that change is inevitable and that our perceptions will continue to evolve. It's about finding beauty in the journey, in the constant unfolding of ourselves. Embracing imperfection. In a world obsessed with perfection, perception drift reminds us that there's no fixed endpoint. There's always going to be something more to achieve, something else to strive for.
True contentment comes from accepting ourselves, imperfections and all.
It comes from recognizing that our worthiness is not contingent on our appearance or our achievements.
As we navigate the complexities of perception drift, let us remember to be kind to ourselves. Let us embrace the ebb and flow of change and find beauty in the ever-evolving tapestry of our lives.